As you go on your journey, you might come to a period of time that's very difficult to navigate. You're evolving, and evolution occurs during a period of great pressure. This period of time is essential for growth, but this period of time can also be very harsh, and it's because metamorphosis is occurring and you're evolving and changing into something new. Let's understand how to navigate the time period known as the dark night of the soul. Hello everyone, I am Michael and I help guide people on their evolutionary journey. The dark night of the soul is a time period that many people on their ascension journey, during their great awakening, they're going to experience the dark night of the soul. And this could be a time period that could be a few weeks, it could be a few months. And during this time period, a person might go through a very deep and dark depression. Depression is the body's requirement for deep rest. When we take the word depressed, it's deep rest. And many people are feeling this during this time period right now as we shift ages and as we shift to the 5D earth. So one thing that's important to know is during the dark night of the soul, it's important to raise your vibration. And we could do that by improving our surroundings, improving our food and water intake, improving the friends that we surround ourselves with, and what we consume visually and what we listen to. And these are ways of dealing with this dark night of the soul period. But what is happening is the old you is ending. And you're coming to terms now that life is different. And now you're becoming something new. And your old life and what used to resonate with you is falling apart. Now, many people know of this term, the dark night of the soul, but authentically, it really is the dark night of the ego. And this is because we've been programmed in the subconscious mind that life has to be a certain way. And now, as we're awakening, all of these things, all of these subconscious programs and all of the things that maybe used to be part of your everyday life are no longer a part of your world anymore. And all of these things are falling away, they're collapsing. And you have to get used to your new life. So the ego doesn't really like this. So you kind of fall into this period of dark depression. The dark night of the soul is the term, but it's really your ego or parts of the ego that's not really feeling too comfortable. Many people are going through the dark night of the soul right now all across our world. And this message is very important because every person will feel it. It could be across the board in their life, or it could be for one aspect in their life. Because the world is changing and reality is changing and it will never be the same again. And in the subconscious mind, people feel that. And we're not used to what's happening. We're not used to this new world that we are living in now. So during this time period of the dark night of the soul, a person can be feeling dark depression. And we're out here to make people know that this is very common, and it's something that many people have already gone through. Earlier on my journey, I went through a dark time period, the dark night of the soul. And what happens during this period, you might have that physical draining, and physically and mentally you feel very drained, and it's a tough period to go through. And what sets it off might be different for a different person. It could be friends, relationships, family, job, finances, love. There are many different things. And you get set off, and now you're going through a new time period now. Your vibration is resetting. But after you go through the dark night of the soul, when you come out on the other side, you will be different, and your reality will be different. Things that maybe used to resonate with you, or routines and rituals, part of your everyday life, the life that you used to be accustomed to, has now been dismantled. And now, after you pass through the dark night of the soul, you're kind of leveling up, and you might have new friends, new relationships, new adventures, and new things that resonate with you. And in the old Matrix world, people were accustomed to maybe going out to certain places and living a certain way and being disconnected from nature. But when you get through the dark night of the soul, and when you're experiencing the dark night of the soul, it's important to get out into higher vibrational surroundings. So that's why I'm here today, to share these higher vibrational surroundings with all of you. We'll take a look around. Nice, huh? The 5D Earth is already here. So I put myself in higher vibrational surroundings. See that? Aloha. To amplify the message. But when you find yourself out in a place like this, and you have people that are vibing higher, vibrational synchronization, it'll help you get through the time period of the dark night of the soul. It is clear that this world will never be the same again. And the world, our reality, is shifting. It's changing. And inside, we might not be accustomed to what the world is becoming. So in the ego, you might feel this period of deep rest, feeling depression. And it's important to know that this is a recalibration. That's what it is. And a lot of people, they feel that it's not okay because of subconscious programs that have already fallen, that it's not okay to talk about mental health. And the mental health that you're experiencing during this time period is the recalibration of your core vibrational frequency. And your physical body and your cells need to adjust to this new core vibrational frequency. Everything's shut down now. So your option is to come back to nature and when you're accustomed to doing certain things your whole life, maybe you haven't done things like getting out in nature and finding a spot and making new friends. Because change can be difficult. But we remember, energy is the ability to cause change, and we can detect energy's presence by noticing the change. We are all changing, and we see this energy present all around the world now. And collectively, we are going through the dark night of the soul. Dolores Cannon talked about the waves of volunteers. Some people might have gone through this process ahead of time, but the event has officially started. And there is no right or wrong. So people might have went through this process before the event, and now collectively, as a world, the collective consciousness, we are all going through the dark night of the soul together. We're going through the change, and the ego wants to hold on to the old matrix reality, but it has already fallen. And now we have the 5D Earth. You like the 5D Earth, don't you, Light Warriors? That's why we come out here. And I'm here to share this energy with all of you, because I know it could be a difficult time period, especially for our empaths. But through vibrational synchronization, I've charged up, and many of our Light Warriors have already charged up, and we're sharing this energy with all of you. And we're here to tell you that the dark night of the soul is very common, but it just so happens that collectively the whole planet is going through this now, because this will be the first time in history that an entire planet will switch vibrations, and we're rising. The vibrations are rising, and we see this evidence in the Schumann resonance. Those of you that have been following this journey know this. So we need to match our core vibrational frequency with that of the planet. And as the planet's vibrational frequency is rising, we need to raise our vibration as well. So that's why we're out here. If you have gone through the dark night of the soul on your journey, whether it's now or in the past, why don't you leave comments for our family to see, because we lose many people during the dark night of the soul. This time period, and it varies, it could be several weeks, it could be several months, but it will end. But it doesn't last forever. This feeling of depression, it just will be longer than it normally is, and the feeling is quite different, but you will change as a person. Your core vibrational frequency is changing, and you feel it physically in your body. And we're out here to tell you that it's okay, Light Warriors. We're all here as a family, and we're here to share our energy with others and help them get through the dark night of the soul. But it's a rough time period for many people, and I hope this message and this energy is helpful for all of you. I love you all. You're all my family. And if we can make one person have a better day, then I guess we did our job, huh? So, what have your experiences been with the dark night of the soul? Leave comments. And if this message resonates with you, please share this message. Subscribe to the channel as we continue to grow our 5D community. And nothing will stop this change. Nothing will stop the event. We're out here raising the vibration of the planet and our people as we collectively create the 5D Earth. Remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious of the dark night of the soul, and it will end really soon, light warriors. Use this consciousness to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. Find us in the 5th dimension. Have a wonderful day living your everyday life. You like this special place? Light warriors. It's called Pirates Cove. Arr, matey, arr. But get out in nature today. Raise your core vibrational frequency. Remember how to raise your core vibration. Your surroundings, your food, your water, the people you surround yourself with, what you watch and what you listen to. And collectively, all of these things will help guide you through the dark night of the soul. And in the end, you will become the person that you came here to be. I am the defender of our everyday lives. Victory of the light. And so it is. Defy the earth. It's already here. Just find it.